Another day, another Zeus Network accusation. This time, a young man by the name of Tommy is coming forward and making some very damning and damaging allegations towards Miss Natalie Nunn, and you better believe we're going to talk about it. Welcome back to Damien After Dark. If you're new here and you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please click the subscribe button right below this video down there by clicking my name. Also, if you don't mind, press the thumbs up button and like this video. That helps me get into the YouTube algorithm where more beautiful people like yourself can find me here, okay? Now, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this story, so please join the conversation by getting in the comment section below, and we will talk more about this in the comments, okay? Last but not least, if you would like to support the Damien After Dark movement and help us grow and sustain this channel, in the description box below will be some ways that you can donate, okay? Thank you guys so much for the love, donations, and support. Now, if you're a subscriber here and you've been here for a while, you guys know it's no secret. We report on the Zeus Network over here. We talk about the episodes. We talk about the different shows. And we also talk about the cast members and some things that go on behind the scenes, okay? Now, this next story is alleged, right? This next story is something that someone came out and is alleging happened to them. Now, what I will say is, though, before you make a judgment on whether this young man is telling the truth or not, listen to what he has to say and take a look at his receipts. Then form your opinion on whether or not you think Miss Natalie Nunn is up to some unsavory things, okay? So let's get into this story. I was scrolling on Twitter, doing my thing, and I came across a post. And it was a girl that had tweeted this guy's story. And she said, have y'all seen this? This guy is exposing Natalie Nunn on Facebook with all sorts of receipts. So, of course, you know, the algorithm just had to drop that in my lap. So I'm like, well, what is this? What is this? And at first I'm thinking, okay, is this somebody trying to clout chase? Is this somebody... Because I realized by reading the post that this young man was 20. He was 21 when he met Natalie. I think he's 24 now, because this allegedly happened in 2021. So I'm at first thinking, okay, this is some young kid who's a fan of Baddies, who's trying to get clout and clicks and fame off Natalie Nunn's name, right? Until I saw where he had some video. He had some video that you wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. And if he did get this video offline somewhere, it would be very simple to trace where this video came from. You know what I'm saying? So when I share these videos with you guys, if he did get them offline, somebody will find them and make it known. However, his voice is in the video. So listen, we're going to get into it. I'm going to play the videos for you guys. We're going to read the screenshots, and then you can decide for yourself if you think that Miss Nunn is guilty of what is being accused. Okay? Now, I'll go ahead and tell y'all, it's not looking too good. Okay? It's not looking too good, and I think that Surviving Zeus Network documentary is coming a lot sooner than we think. Let's get into this story. I'm going to post the first screenshot made by this young man by the name, his name is Thomas. He goes by Tommy. His name is Thomas Grimes, okay? Now, I'm sharing his name and who he is because he's made this post very public. At the time I saw it, 2.6 thousand people had liked the Facebook post. I think the Twitter post had even more. But here is what the young man had to say on Facebook. Okay, we'll read it together and then we will discuss after we read and go through all the evidence. Thomas Grimes says, so here's what happened with Miss Natalie Nunn. I met Natalie when I was out to eat with someone that I thought was my friend. His name is Chef D. Y'all should know who he is if you watch Baddies or whatever the case is. Anywho, we were out to eat and she pulled up to the table and immediately kissed my face. I should have known right then and there what I was getting myself into, but I was only 21, living a really fast lifestyle, so I decided to stay. We kept drinking. I was ordering more and more drinks and food. Anyways, we left. Now, I need y'all to just pause real quick. Remember that, okay? Remember that part right there. He says, he's at the table with Chef D. Chef D is one of his friends. That's not far-fetched either because Chef D, I believe, is, I was going to say from Texas, but I don't know where Chef D is from. Anyway, Chef D is not some huge superstar, right? This is not far-fetched for him to have a friend named Thomas Grimes. Anyway, notice how he says when Natalie pulled up to the table, he stayed and they were drinking and eating all night, right? Okay. He says, I should have known right then and there what I was getting myself into, but I was only 21, living a really fast lifestyle, so I decided to stay. We kept drinking. I was ordering more and more drinks and food. Anyways, we left. I dropped off Chef D. I went to drop her off, and she insisted that I stay at her hotel for the night because I was insanely drunk, although we had a chauffeur. She was heavily insisting on me staying over. So I came to her room. We chilled for like an hour. Everything was fine. Then she just starts kissing on my neck. One thing leads to another. Then this bitch starts giving me head. We ended up fucking and she told me, quote, this is the best dick I've ever had. Quote, I'm ready to leave my husband for you. And some more outlandish shit. But this was just the beginning. I had no clue what I was getting myself into. Ooh, don't it read like a novel, child? Now, don't that sound like some shit Natalie Nunn would say? This is the best dick I ever had. Oh, God, I'm going to leave my husband for you. That is... Baby, if that didn't come out of the dictionary of Natalie Nunn, I don't know what did. Because, see, that's what Natalie does. She manipulates. And she really likes these young bucks because she can manipulate these young bucks. But, see, I guarantee you she told Curtis the same thing. This is the best dick I ever had, Curtis. Oh, I'm going to leave my husband for you. I guarantee you she did, okay? Because, see, Natalie, no matter how much money and fame Natalie's got, I still feel like she's still an insecure girl deep down, right? I do really feel like that sometimes. I do feel like she's sometimes insecure, and that's why she... We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into that, okay? Let's continue on with the post, because y'all know I'll take a left on Clinton Street, and I'll keep going. And then I'll have to reel myself back in. Okay, so let me just stay on topic, all right? So, this is the next thing he said. So he's at the hotel, right? He's been drinking. He's drunk. Him and Natalie have been drinking. She wanted him to stay the night because he was drunk, even though they had a chauffeur. She's, Natalie wanting some young dick. Because let's face it, her and Jacob ain't fucking like they used to, because Jacob probably don't even want no pussy, no way. So Natalie likes to get her dick wherever she can get it when she's on the road. Do your thing, mama. Do your thing. As long as it's consensual and your husband know. Which I think Jacob knows, right? Jacob don't care. Why would he care? He don't have to work. He's got the Black American Express card. Go, Jacob. Do your thing, right? So this young man is in the hotel with Natalie. He's staying the night. And, I mean, again, this is not far-fetched either. You're a 21-year-old young male. This celebrity, this older woman, this cougar... is trying to fuck you, pick you up, flirt with you, spend money on you. Right? Oh my God, it's manipulation 101. It's so easy to manipulate someone that young when you have money, power, influence, and stature, right? He stays the night. Natalie gives him head. They fuck. So after this young man, Thomas, and Natalie have their one night stand and do their thing, he posts this, right? He says, so after this, we were texting back and forth, phone calls, etc. And I'm not even going to lie, I started to feed into it. She would call me every time she woke up, sending me memes on Instagram. I'm talking about the whole 9 yards. It got to a point where she would take flights daily to come see me because she lived in Sacramento all the time. She was telling me she was falling in love with me. She even snuck me into her events and bookings in LA. Her agency paid for everything, so we were just there doing whatever the fuck we felt like doing. And remember, I'm young. I don't know how old she was in 2021, but I'm just a young ninja having fun in my eyes. And that's believable too, right? Because again, like I said, us at 21, it's easy to fall in a trap like that, right? He says, but in her eyes, it seemed like she wanted more than a sneaky link. She started texting me things like, quote, I'm falling for you. Quote, I love you. I want to marry you. And he says, and I'm not even kidding. I didn't even know how to reply to it. So I was just entertaining it and going with the flow because I'm an idiot. And you know what? I'm glad that he's owning those little parts, but those little parts that he's owning is what makes us all dumb, young 21-year-olds, right? At least he's owning it. I was immature. I was just going with the flow. You got, the peer pressure, I'm sure, was there. You got this 38, 39-year-old woman who's a celebrity, who's got all this money and this power and status. You cave sometimes. You cave. And, I'm sure he wanted to be able to tell his buddies the next day, bro, guess what, bro? Man, I fucked Natalie Nunn last night, man. Man, that hoe sucked my chin, dawg. Dawg, man, her chin was hitting my nuts when she was sucking my dick, bro. Like, I know how dudes are. Straight, gay, I know how they are, right? Okay, let's continue. He says, this is where I started to back off her for a little bit. He's talking about the I love yous, she's doing whatever Natalie was doing, right? I don't think she was falling for the boy. I think it was lust. That 21-year-old dick pumped her up real good, and she was dick dumb, right? We all can relate to that. So he said this is where he started to back off her for a little bit. But then he said she reeled him in. He says, I'm not used to women doing anything for me. I've always been for myself. I've always took care of myself since 15. I also will never be a ninja that needs a female for anything so they can throw it in my face in the future. I'm good off that. Anyways, she booked me a flight to Dallas with her, and she said I don't have to bring any money with me or anything. He says I still brought $6,000 with me, and I'm so happy I did. I know that's right. Don't ever rely on nobody. I don't care if they say they paying for every goddamn thing, bitch. You better have a little stash of something over here in case shit hit the fan, right? And that's what he did. He said he brought $6,000 with him. So I was intrigued because I've never had a girl buy me anything or get me a gift like ever in my life. So I took the bait and told her I would come. It was probably the worst decision I ever made in my life. Okay? Now this is where things are about to get a little weird. Let me see. Oh, let's I wanted to show this one too first before we move on to what Natalie did. He also says this: before I continue, I'd like to add on the fact she was trying to tell me I'm her daughter's stepfather. She swiped up on my story of me saying I'm kid-free, and she said, so what's Journey to you then? Like, bitch, that's you and your husband's child. Like, what? This is my biggest fear. Now, he got the receipts for that, right? Because as I'm reading this, I'm like, no, if Natalie really said that, show it. Show it. In the 2020s, there is no excuse to not have your screenshots and your receipts to be receipting. Right? Everybody know how to screenshot. So he got the screenshot. And here it is. You can clearly see Natalie's name at the top. You can see where they're going back and forth. She responded to his story. Oh, you kid free. Okay. LOL. What's journey to you? LOL. Now, some people could say, well, and he goes on to say, laugh my ass off, stop playing around. She says, LOL. He says, where's mine? I guess referencing a baby. She said, you can have whatever you want, baby. This was a gift for a while ago. Oh, never mind. He was responding to a story of hers. Okay. That had nothing to do with having a baby. But anyway, some people might say, oh, these texts are fake. This is not fake. And I'm going to tell you how I know. I've been following Natalie Nunn since Bad Girls Club, 2009. If it's one thing that I could tell about Natalie, it's the way she types, okay? She's never been, she loves to claim, not claim, she's graduated from USC, but she loves to tell everybody that I'm college educated. I went to USC soccer scholarship, but Natalie couldn't form a simple sentence to save her life. Her grammar is all over the place. If she's not typing in caps lock, she's not using punctuation. She doesn't spell words out correctly, or she's always abbreviating little shit. And if you notice in these messages between him and her, it's very Natalie Nunn-esque typing. Okay, that's a dead giveaway. Now, let's go on to where things kind of take a little bit of a turn. Okay, so at this point in the story, Natalie has invited Thomas to Dallas for a hosting, right? A party, an event, whatever Natalie's doing in Dallas. She's invited him there. She's paying for his plane ticket, and she told him, don't bring any money. I'm covering everything. He says he brought $6,000 with him. Cool. They get there. They're going and, they're doing their thing, going out to eat, whatever. Now, this is what he said next. Let's post the next screenshot up here. He says, so we get to the next spot. As soon as we get there and I hop out the Sprinter and everything was spinning. I'm talking about everything. And I've been blacked out drunk before, but I've never felt like this in my life. He says, remember I said they were pouring my drinks. So we get inside and they're trying to get me to take more shots, right? And then he says they're trying to get him to take more shots. And then I see a ninja pull something out of his bag, stuff it in his nose, inhale mad hard, and pass it off to the next person. He said, so now I'm mad. And I start blacking on everybody. And I go to Chef D and I'm like, quote, she DRUGGED'd me. I don't want to say that word because YouTube will flag us, but y'all know what that spells. He says that Natalie, he tells Chef D, he's in the club, he sees the guy pull out something and do this, and he gets pissed because he's thinking about how he's dizzy and he everything's weird. So he's thinking, oh my God, I've been DRUGGED'd. So he tells Chef D that. He says, I'm telling everyone that I've been DRUGGED'd and they're all looking at me like I'm fucking crazy. So I leave and I hop in the Sprinter. She comes in the Sprinter trying to kiss me and shit, and I pushed her off of me. So now with her coming on the Sprinter, Natalie coming on the Sprinter and kissing on him and all that, it makes me think, like, were they doing some sort of ecstasy laced with something? Because, that ecstasy makes you want to be freaky, makes you want to touch, makes you want to fuck. It makes me wonder, like, were they? Because here's the funny thing: I went to an EDM show in Atlanta. Y'all know Grizz, the artist Grizz. He does that music and he plays the saxophone. I went with my friend to see him in Atlanta, and we were all partying in the crowd, and somebody passed me something. And I forgot. You were either supposed to snort it or you put it under your tongue. I don't remember what it was, but I did it like a dummy, okay? I was young, naive, stupid. I would never do this again, okay? But everybody was partying and somebody passed it to me and I did it. And I was sweating profusely. It makes me wonder if this is the same thing maybe that they were doing, but I don't know. I don't know. Um anyway, so he leaves the club, right? He goes and gets in the Sprinter. He's mad. Natalie comes out there. She's obviously trying to soothe things over by kissing him and touching him. Baby, baby, it's going to be okay. Yada, yada, yada. He says that I pushed her off of me. So once she seen I wasn't going, she told everyone to get on the Sprinter. And as we were heading back, I told her I'm going to let everyone know that she DRUGGED'd me. He says, she tried to get ninjas to beat me up as soon as I hopped out the Sprinter at the hotel. I ain't gonna lie, it was 10 of them. It really wasn't much I could do, but I took videos of my face and shit as well as the aftermath of everything. She also tried to steal the $6,000 that I had. Bitch. And let me tell you something. I don't know how y'all feel about this story so far, but I believe this boy. And let me tell you why I believe this boy. Because it's so strange. Not only does he have receipts and screenshots, receipts. Did we not just see Natalie on the auditions have 2, 3, 4 girls jump on another girl? We saw it happen just like that. She said, beat her ass, get her. They all jumped on her. This is the same scenario here. This is the same scenario here. And if you watch the Baddies auditions, I told y'all, there's a reason Natalie has these girls coming in here and she tells them, get on the floor and do jumping jacks. Kiss the girl next to you. Show me your tits. Do this, do that. She's trying to see who's going to listen to her. Who's going to do what she says? Who is mesmerized by the fame to where she can manipulate you and have you do whatever she wants? That's my opinion, and I think y'all can't tell me no different that she's doing it. Y'all can't tell me that Madam Nunn is not out here doing some unsavory ass shit. Okay? And here's another thing. That Baddies audition that just came out is very telling, okay? If you go online, especially on Twitter, everybody is talking about how those auditions are not only deplorable and disgusting and bottom of the barrel and just pure trash, but people are like, oh, there's definitely Natalie Nunn. People are saying that Natalie Nunn is definitely a pimp. There's definitely unethical, illegal shit happening behind the scenes. Now, I'm not saying concrete, this is what's happening, right? This is what Twitter is saying. Everybody is saying it. It's clear as day at this point. It's clear as day at this point. Zeus does not hide it no more. They're so sloppy they can't hide what they're doing. But it's obvious that there looks like some drugging going on here. It looks like there may be some potential sex, trafficking, going on here. Now, I don't know the exact definition of sex, trafficking, but this sounds like some of it. People coming across state lines, getting paid, having sex, being drugged. It sounds very P. Diddy-ish to me. This sounds very Bill Cosby-ish, Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein-ish to me. Okay? I mean, I'm kind of floored. Now, I'm going to show y'all a couple things first before I get into more of his receipts. I thought this was very interesting. This is one of the tweets I'm talking about. One of the many tweets I'm talking about where people are talking about the Zeus Network online. Let's read this right here. This is from underscore for the streets on Twitter, also known as X. They're sharing a video from the auditions, right? I would not be surprised if Zeus is being investigated right now. I would not be surprised. So they shared this video from the auditions, and they said Natalie Nunn and Zeus Network are a disgrace to the black community. They are a RICO at this point. Ooh, child. And we all know what a RICO is. If you don't know what a RICO charge is, Google it, okay? And come back to this video. They are a RICO at this point. He said, setting up fake auditions to cast new girls just to exploit them. Okay, now, somebody else is clocking it. Somebody else is waking it up. Fake auditions. Have we not clocked that? These auditions, y'all, are not real. These auditions are for two things, in my opinion. One, they need content. They need something to film. And these auditions bring ratings and boost ratings because people like to watch the fighting and the shenanigans of a duel. So that's one reason why. The money, of course. Two, this is an open casting couch. This is nothing but a way for them to loop in girls, to bring girls into this alleged whatever they have going on. Because isn't it ironic that every season, thousands and thousands and thousands of girls try out for this show, and you might see one or two? We've talked about it. They cast everybody before the auditions even start. So what's the real purpose of the auditions? Baby, I'm telling you, when Zeus Network go to trial, they need me in there to cross-examine. Okay, when Zeus Network go to trial, they need me in there as a witness, baby, because the way we've been covering them and everything they've been doing, we can break it all down. I mean, when Zeus get caught up in they shit, all they gotta do is come to our channel. The prosecution, all they gotta do is come to our channel to get all the information they need, the receipts, the videos, the screenshots, the text, all that. And listen, I don't want nobody to go down unless you're doing something where you deserve to. I'm never going to intentionally go after nobody just for the sake of going after them. And if that's what you want to call this, we're talking about it because it's out there. I didn't bring this up. I didn't go out digging up dirt on Zeus. This is out there. Everybody's talking about it right now. But this person said, setting up fake auditions to cast new girls just to exploit them, organizing brutal public fights, trafficking, and pimping these girls for TV showtime is criminal. Now, let's keep going. There's more. Okay? There is more. I'm going to play you guys a few videos that Thomas has. Now, Thomas has, and this is, we have to believe him at this point. He has videos with him and Natalie. His face is in it. His voice is in it. They're walking down the street together. They're at dinner together. They're arguing in a hotel at one point in a video. At least I'm glad he was smart enough to get his little receipts. You know what I'm saying? To gather his little receipts and keep them. Because if he didn't have these, I don't know if he would be believed, right? We would have to give Natalie the benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to play in sequence a few of these videos that he posted to show you guys that they were definitely around one another, that they definitely had some sort of close relationship to where Natalie was hanging out with this boy alone. Okay? So let's roll that footage.
Oh shit, she taking me out to eat and shit, y'all. This shit crazy. All on me, right? Say less.
Record. Go ahead. Record.
Say less. All up all on me, right? Say less.
Record. Go ahead. Record.
Say less. All up all on me, right? In Houston, Texas, and you're probably wondering why my face looks like this. And I'm gonna tell you, cause I got set up and jumped by your very own Miss Natalie Nunn.
Now, after you've seen all the evidence for yourself. And there's actually more. I've just only included enough to tell the story, right? There's more if you want to go check it out. Um, I'll try to put his Twitter page in the. Actually, I'll put it up here. I'll put his Twitter page up here so you guys can go check out more if you want. Um, but take the receipts, take the evidence for what it is, and make your assumption. What do you think? Do you believe all this? I do. It's right in front of our faces in black and white. Men lie, women lie, screenshots don't lie. If this boy had no screenshots, no evidence, I would say, look, homie, we can't believe you. In the year 2021, you mean to tell me you was hanging out with Natalie Nunn and you never got a screenshot, a picture, or nothing? But he did. He got a whole library of stuff. And Natalie, what you fuck on a 20? I'm listen. Men do it all the time, so Natalie should be able to do it too. But I just don't get it. It just looks so bad when you got a husband at home, you got a baby at home, and we never really see her with her husband or her daughter. You're constantly bebopping around the country, and she's a working mother. Get your money, but we also knows what goes on when you get off work. We know. Son of Girls has exposed you. This boy has exposed you. We know what you like to do, Natalie, and that's fine. Let your freak flag fly. But when it crosses the line is when you start allegedly putting shit in people's drinks. And Chef D, my thing is, this boy was friends with Chef D. What happened to Chef D in the story? Did he help jump this boy? I see, y'all know I ain't never liked that big back stunt queen, Chef D, with them piano teeth in his mouth. I ain't never liked big back Chef D. If y'all go back and watch his season of Bad Boys, go watch our recaps. I read his ass for filth every chance I got, okay? Because I saw right through that queen. I saw right through that queen. Chef D is around for the money, the fame, and everything he can get. That man is a friend to no one, so it doesn't surprise me that Chef D did this to his friend just to stay in Natalie Nunn's good graces. How you let 10 dudes jump on your friend when your friend is telling you he thinks he's been drugged'd? Oh my God. I don't care if it was motherfucking Beyonce or Rihanna, bitch, who I'm hanging out with. If my friend said, I think they did something to my... What? And to make matters worse, I've got one more video for y'all before we close this video out. To make matters worse, there's a video floating around that we're about to play of Natalie in Detroit on the streets that a fan has filmed, okay? Now this video kind of helps corroborate the claims of using drugs and stuff, sniffing, doing something, okay? Because we know the guy said that he thought he was drugged'd. He thought something was put in his drink, and then he said he was at the club and a guy that was with them pulled something out of his bag and sniffed it. Now, he never said he saw Natalie sniffing anything, right? But Natalie's in proximity to all this. Natalie's, she's drinking with him too. She's touchy-feely. She's doing all this shit. What is Natalie doing? I'll tell you what Natalie's doing. Let's roll the tape.
I got family in Detroit. My daughter, all my niggas' family, my husband's family from Detroit. Yeah.
What up, though?
Yeah, what up, though?
Yeah,
that's the funny shit. That I really run the city, but I be being nice and living in LA, letting everybody eat off me, bitch. Fuck. Fans all the way from Cleveland to Lansing.
Too much alcohol.
Now, I don't know about you, but I was born at 11:29 at night, but not 11:29 last night. Okay, that video was giving very much Puerto Rican princess. Okay? That video was very telling. Okay? First of all, the Natalie Nunn that I've known and been watching for over 15 years, Natalie has never really dabbled in using. It was only up until a few years ago when she started working with Zeus and doing Baddies that she even started smoking weed. Like, real talk. If you've watched Natalie since Bad Girls Club season 4, like I have, you'll probably know the same thing. You never really Natalie only really drank. She recently started smoking weed, but this video right here, because somebody said when she walked off, ooh, somebody been drinking. That was not alcohol, baby. That was not alcohol. We have seen Jocelyn act the same way that we just seen Natalie act, right? It's a dead giveaway that that girl is on some shit. And it kind of corroborates with what the young man Thomas said after, after he said one, he took, after he drank with them, he felt like he had been drugged. And then two, they were in the club and a guy that was in their entourage pulled out something and passed it around. He didn't say he saw Natalie doing it, but she's in the mix of all this. Natalie's in the fold with all the, with all these people and Zeus and the Jocelyn's and of it all. You're hanging out with people that do that. When you hang out with that kind of stuff, you start to stink. And I'm sorry, Natalie, and just like you guys watching at home, if it's one thing I can point out, and a lot of you may be like me with this, I have a past with drugs, voluntarily and involuntarily, okay? I've been open about it. I've been candid about it on this show. I've talked about my past history with prescription drugs and how I was addicted to them. I also have a past growing up. I've talked about it here too. My stepfather sold crack my whole life to support us. I've seen all sorts of drugs. I've seen all sorts of people. I know what it looks like. It's been my life, all my life. I always, as a child, up until I was an adult, I always just wanted a normal life, like the kids I went to school with. All I ever knew was drugs. Okay, now we were taken care of. My mom took very fucking good care of us, and that's the one thing she regrets, is having us in a home where someone was selling drugs, right? But I've seen it all. And that video of Natalie is a dead giveaway. Okay? That's not alcohol. That's not weed. Let me tell you why. Because alcohol and weed don't have you doing like this right here, okay? Like Natalie was doing in that video. Erratic movements. Eyes like this right here. Talking loud. Threatening people. That's how she was in that video. No? It's sad, Natalie, because you sold your soul to the Zeus network for fame and fortune. You got the money, you got the fame that you wanted, but now look at you. Now look at you. You're literally on TV, pimping people out. Literally, it almost looks like that, allegedly. My opinion, on TV, pimping folks out. That's what it looks like. It may not be literal pimping, but that's what it looks like. And it may be literal. I don't know. But something in the buttermilk ain't clean. Something is going on. This young man did not make up all this and is not lying. He's got his receipts. I'm just like, wow. I mean, we already knew all this stuff anyway, right? But it's all slowly coming out. It's all coming out. And Natalie, why would you let yourself be seen on film acting like that? And then y'all notice in that, did y'all notice in that video who was standing right next to Natalie? Did you notice? Big back stunt queen Chef D. Yeah. Chef D, the same one that Thomas, the guy that in this story, said he was hanging out with, that he met Natalie through. All the dots are starting to connect. All the puzzle pieces are starting to come together. And this is my opinion only. Take it how you want. Let me know what you guys think in the comments about this. Let me know what your opinion is. My opinion is that these auditions are definitely fake. That these auditions are ways for them to recruit girls and bring them in to whatever they're doing behind the scenes. I believe that Natalie recruits girls for lemon pepper. I believe that. I'm not saying it's true, but I truly believe she recruits people for lemon pepper. I believe they promise girls opportunities. Well, we know that too because Bad and Bougie talked about that. Sharice Mills, I think Stunna even talked about it. They will promise these girls, big their head up. Oh, we'll give you a show. We'll talk to you about giving you a show. Meanwhile, you gonna suck this dick or not? And another good point about Zeus promising things, Jonathan from Bad Boys, he recently came out and blasted Zeus Network, saying he was pissed because they've been promising him a show for years. And he looks up and sees that Erica Mina's got a show, Rolly's got a show, Bobby's got a show, but he still doesn't have his show yet. So there's another indicator that Zeus definitely gives out false promises. They definitely try to manipulate their talent, their cast, by telling them these things, getting them to do things by promising shit. I mean, it's old school Hollywood. This is what they do in Hollywood. To me, Zeus Network is one big casting couch. And a casting couch is when you go audition for something and you got to spread your legs or open your mouth to get the job. I think that's what's going on over there. Let me be clear. I'm not saying this is factual. I'm not saying that this is happening. This is my opinion from what these blue eyes see. Okay? And Natalie girl, Zeus, Lemon Pepper, all y'all over there, I give it another year or two tops. 2 years tops. If there's not an investigation already going on. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. Okay? Because here's the thing. I know this girl named Karma. And one thing about my friend Karma. Well, there's this thing about her that everybody knows. And you may know this too. Natalie and Lemon Pepper if you're watching. Bree over at the Zeus Network if you're watching. And I could see Bree over at the Zeus Network being the type to aid and abet, be helping, booking the flights and bringing the girls on some Diddy shit. I could see it. But back to my friend Karma. One thing about her, she always comes back to bite. And in the words of my favorite female comedian, Monique, when you do clownery, the clown comes back to bite. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel, you click the subscribe button below. Click the thumbs up button to like this video. Leave me your thoughts and opinions in the comment section because, baby, this one, it was a doozy. Okay, this video was piping. The tea spilleth over. My cup runneth over. Wow. I'm so sorry this happened to Thomas. I hate that this happened to him. I know people in my life personally who have been DRUGGED'd. I don't take it lightly. Someone very, very close to me. I'll just be real and transparent. My mother was DRUGGED'd by someone that she thought was close to her stepson. Okay? I've never shared that up here, but I'm going to share it because I get so sick of protecting these fucking creeps. Always keeping it HUD, not saying nothing. No. Fuck that shit. You bitches that put shit in people's drinks and pray and wait for them to fall out so you can do shit to them, you deserve to rot in the deepest, darkest, hottest depths of hell. Because that is so fucking wrong. And Natalie, I don't want to believe that you did this, but I have no choice but to believe that you did based off of the evidence in front of us. Now, we don't have no concrete evidence that she DRUGGED'd this boy. But, I mean, goddamn, everything else he's told us is in black and white in front of us. Why is he going to lie about that one detail? Y'all have already had rumors about y'all going on since y'all started filming this for this fucking network. What is going on, Natalie? You weird sicko. Are we going to look up and see you being charged? Is that what's going to happen? Child, this is too much. This is too much. Get in the comments. I got to hear from y'all. Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and if you want to donate, help your boy out in the description box below. You can donate. And let me address something, because I'm tired of you peon-ass bitches talking about I'm begging. I've addressed this once before. I'm going to address it one more time. I don't have to beg, okay? I'd hate to post a screenshot of my bank account up here for you bitches, but I can. However, like I've said before, this is my part-time job now. I put in a lot of hours to this channel, okay? So if I want to tell my subscribers that they can donate if they feel inclined and willing to, I will. Because I have a lot of lovely subscribers that feel inclined to do so. They see the hard work that I put into these videos and say, you know what, Damien, here you go. And I appreciate it. Whether it's $1, whether it's $100, I appreciate it. Because I know times are hard. And I'm out here trying to make you laugh. And I'm out here trying to entertain you guys, okay? So keep that negative bullshit to yourself. Unless you're going to say it to my face when you see me out in public. Okay? I love y'all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you to my supporters, my real ones out there. Not you hating ass trollops that come in the comments talking shit with no photo. So to my real supporters, I love you guys so, so, so very much from the bottom of my heart. And we'll see you next time on Damien After Dark.